Apparently there's a minecart track missing right there. Not a whole heck of a lot I can do about that. What's up, agents? Zero here. Welcome back to some more Reverelite SMP. This is episode 10. If you remember, last time we built this banner shop, which, as you can tell, is what's behind me. And in this episode, well, as you can probably tell by the title, this is going to be the final episode of the series. We decided to go ahead and end things off simply because there's a lot of people who are either on this realm or who were a part of this realm that are not uploading anymore. And for those who aren't on this realm anymore, well, obviously they're not uploading. But yeah, so what I'm going to be doing as far as this episode is concerned is I'm just going to be giving a quick realm tour. I know there have been a few other members, mainly Septic and Jason, I think has uploaded his. I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to double check. But they've done their final goodbye realm tours already, and I thought I might as well go ahead and do the same. So it's sad to say that I built this banner shop a little bit too late, but what I will plan on doing is whatever we decide to do for this next realm, whatever it happens to be, I will end up creating the banner shop again, because I think this is actually something that can be pretty cool to go ahead and do, simply because, well, obviously you're going to use a lot less materials than you used to, and also the patterns make things a lot cheaper as well. But yeah, obviously we're here in the shopping district, so we're going to start off here. So first off, this is Septic's iron shop. He actually ended up building an iron farm, which unfortunately broke due to the 1.11 update, because they Mojang decided to nerf iron farms. I'm not entirely sure what their reasoning behind this, but yeah, they nerfed it. So bit of a shame that iron farms are not near as efficient as they used to be. And Septic is fresh out of iron, so that's interesting. And he also has these red poppies as well. He wrote them as roses, but they're actually technically poppies, because rose bushes are 2 high blocks. But yeah, we also have, this is Jason, aka Happy's bookshop, and I actually have been here a few times. He sells, as you expect, enchanted books, which is nice, all things considered. So yeah, we've got ourselves the bone shop right here, which this was actually a collaboration between myself and Septic, simply because I'm the one that found the skeleton spawner near his base. That's why we collabed on this. So we actually did end up sharing profit off of this place, all things considered. So it was actually not too bad. So yeah, we also have this right here, which is, I think this is Blue Venom's slime shop, if I'm not mistaken. He did go to the effort of building this massive sign for the slime shop, and I actually put my banner shop together a lot sooner. He might have bought, I don't actually know for sure, but yeah, this is what his slime shop looks like. As you can tell, yeah, obviously he building slime's not really too big of a surprise. But yeah, that's all there is to the shopping district. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna go around to other people's bases, and we're gonna go ahead and take a look at what other people have done as far as this realm is concerned. And the first thing we're gonna go ahead and do is we're actually gonna go ahead and head to Septic space. I realize there's Matt's space right here, but his is kind of a long ways out, whereas Septic space is fairly close, all things considered, so that's at least helpful. I'm not gonna lie about that. So Septic actually does have a couple of portals, and as to one of the portals, I'm not 100% sure where it is. I think it's gotta be close by. I imagine, yeah, it looks like it might be off in that direction. I'll have to double check that. Yeah, so this right here is actually Septic's base right here, so we're gonna go ahead and go have a look around here. If you'll actually, there we go. Alright, so this is Septic's place, so yeah, it's pretty cool, things considered. We've got his starter home right here. He never actually built like a permanent home, it's only been a starter home. It's actually not too bad, all things considered. I do like this a lot. And he also has his little tiny storage area with an enchanting station, not too bad. He has this animal farm right here, not too bad. He has a melon and pumpkin farm right here, which is pretty cool. He has an automatic carrot and potato farm, which was originally built using villagers, but yeah, 1.11 came out and changed the mechanics, so I don't know if it actually works anymore. It looks like the potatoes are, yeah, it looks like the potatoes are full. I can't say I'm too surprised. But yeah, other than that, and oh, hold on, is this, yeah, this hopper has a few items in it. Okay, so yeah, this is what the inside of the place looks like. So the items will go up these glass tubes, which we actually found out that that kind of item elevator does actually work in Bedrock Edition. It was a bit of a surprise. I actually did not realize that. We also have right here the villager trading hall that he built not too long ago. I have helped him out with this a little bit, but I was not recording when I did this. And as you can tell, the villagers have some brand new textures to them, which is kind of nice little things. I think, if I remember correctly, he has, is this the one I'm looking for? Yeah, he's got a mending book for 18 emeralds, which is not too terribly bad of a trade, all things considered. I think that's a decent trade considering the new update, the 1.11 update. But yeah, so we've also got over there, that is actually the skeleton farm that Septic and I put together. It was during a live stream, which I have mentioned before that unfortunately I can't live stream anymore. I mentioned that in a recent video on Prime Games that I can't actually live stream because YouTube changed policy, but that's beside the point. So this is what it looks like. We spent quite a bit of time putting this together. I think we actually ended up doing another episode working together on it, if I remember correctly, but this is how you get down. If I wouldn't actually crouch, if I would actually land on a slime block, that would help. But yeah, this is where all the storage is for the actual farm. It's also, we actually collect our bones in, well, it looks like this chest is what's collecting right now, and then also the arrows in these sets of chests, and that goes all the way up, obviously. And then we just simply turn this lever on. The skeletons over there will start spawning, and they will eventually land over here, which is obviously how we get our XP. So that's not too bad, I think. So he also has this charged creeper right here, which I can't say I remember how he got it trapped in there in the first place. But the fact that he has it is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie about that. And then the last thing I want to go ahead and show off about Septic's base is this down here. I don't know if he actually decorated. It doesn't look like he did. Maybe he did slightly. A little bit, maybe. Yeah, he did. This is actually his super smelter that he built. This was before we actually had access to the new smelting blocks, the smoker and the blast furnace. But yeah, so this is not too bad, all things considered. I don't mind Septic Space. I've actually been in Septic Space a lot during this whole series, which I don't know if that says a lot about my base or the fact I just like helping them out. Either way, pretty nice base, all things considered. He did a lot of pretty interesting stuff, so not too bad. And I think over in this direction, yeah, I think over here, if I go ahead and make a right, yeah, there's a portal right here, which if I go in here, I do believe this is where his iron farm is, or was supposed to be. That I should have expected that. Right, so yeah, this is where his iron farms actually ended up going. So yeah, because of 1.11, as I said, the actual farm itself does not work anymore. The way it's situated, it does not work. There's new mechanics to get iron farms to work, so there's definitely that going. So let's go ahead and go over to Jason's base really quick. And something I do want to mention about Jason's base, Family Gaming, is what his channel is, and username is Happy Man. So bit of a confusing situation if you don't know who he is. But the interesting thing about his base is that you actually need to travel by minecart to get to his base in the Nether, which is pretty cool, things considered. Not too many people actually ended up doing that, so it is definitely a bit of a nice touch that he ended up doing this, because obviously this means you can get to his base a little bit faster. But yeah, other than that, he's actually got two different places at his base, one of which is his actual like base, and then he also has a stronghold section that he built because he found a stronghold. We actually went to the end in a recent episode, and I did say that I ended up failing that mission, and apparently there's a minecart track missing right there. Not a whole heck of a lot I can do about that. Let's go ahead and just push this along because I can, and I am going to have to figure out how to take care of that rail. I think I might not if I'm thinking about this. But yeah, so here is Jason's place. There's a lead right there apparently. Alright, so first thing we're going to notice when we get in here is that, well, he's got pretty much the entire thing walled off. You're going to have to do some tricky parkour in order to actually be able to get into his place. But he built his own legit village, which is pretty cool, all things considered. He's got himself this building right here. I think this is his melon and pumpkin farm. Yeah, this is his melon and pumpkin farm. And then his other building right here is his sugarcane farm. And not too bad, all things considered. He's not an expert at redstone, although admittedly, I'm not an expert. I am pretty decent at redstone. I'm not an expert. But he did a fairly decent job getting those machines to end up working, all things considered. We've got his base right here. I didn't even notice this before. He's apparently got himself an Ender Dragon head that's moving up and down. He has that, yeah, he's got that power, I figured. But yeah, this is his little house right here. So he's got his backyard right here. And then downstairs he has himself a bit of a storage area, which is not too bad, all things considered. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it is automatically sorted, but I could be mistaken because I actually have not checked that. But we're actually going to go ahead and go to his end base, which is actually pretty cool, all things considered. So we're going ahead and get myself a minecart. I think, yeah, there's some minecarts right here, so that at least helps. So let's go ahead and go off to Jason's end base. This is going to be a bit of a ride. It's not too terribly long. But other than that, we're going to go ahead and go. And we are coming close to the station itself. So there you go. We're here at the bottom. And he's actually got himself, as I said, an portal, which is right over here. So yeah, there's that. And then he also has a couple different spawners that he ended up finding in this place, which is actually kind of interesting because that obviously means he's going to get himself a ton of XP. He's got himself a zombie spawner right here, which he actually ended up turning into a drowned farm. So if I go ahead and go into here, you can tell he's gotten himself a lot of tridents. There was some issues in the previous update that prevented him from actually getting tridents in the first place. We're not entirely sure what caused that. He's also got himself this skeleton killing area, which he's got this little design right here. This is University of Utah, I think, if I remember correctly. And I also ended up making him these custom banners. This is before I actually had the banner shop. I did give him a price for it, so that was kind of like the precursor to my actual banner shop. But other than that, that's pretty much it for Jason's place. So let's go ahead and go to someone else's. I think I'm probably gonna go to potentially Blue Venoms and then Charismas, which I think they're actually a pretty decent ways out, all things. At least I know Charisma's base is a really decent ways out, which is kind of interesting, all things considered, because, well, unfortunately she does not play on their own because her channel is not Minecraft survival based. Although she is technically a streamer, so I guess I can't blame her for not staying on the realm. She was a pretty nice person, all things considered, but yeah, unfortunate that she decided to stop playing on their own. But yeah, let's go ahead and go over to Venom's base, and then we're gonna go to some other people's bases. See how things end up. Actually, I think I'm gonna go to Charisma's base first because it's the farthest out. Hopefully that makes some amount of sense. That way I can go to everyone else's bases without too much issue, because I don't have to travel as far. Okay, so here we are at Charisma's base, and as I said, unfortunately she doesn't play on the realm anymore because, well, survival Minecraft is not something that she's does some on a regular basis. So yeah, this is what her place looks like. And where did Charisma get these banners? Obviously a pillager tower, but I'm surprised she even has these in the first place, because I know you can't craft them. But yeah, so this is Charisma's place, all things considered. It's a pretty nice place. She's got herself this horse with some, is this iron horse armor? I think this is iron horse armor. Yeah, that is, okay. So, not that really makes too much of a difference. I was just double checking. But yeah, this is actually pretty nice, all things considered. This is her little storage area. Not, admittedly, it's doesn't have a lot of storage, but again, she didn't really play on it too terribly often. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and go back through to the initial area, and I want to show you guys how long of a path this is that you have to travel through in order to get through her place. So yeah, definitely a bit of a long journey, all things considered. So next up, we're going to go ahead and take a look at Matt's base, which this is actually another long journey, but it's not quite near as long as Charisma's, but it is a decent length. So take it how you will. But yeah, his portal is just at the end of this hallway, and he actually lives in a mesa biome. I actually have been to his base a few times before. I actually had an episode that I recorded where I was pranking Matt, but unfortunately the recording ended up getting corrupted, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, so this is what his place looks like. He lives in the mesa, which he actually hand placed all this dirt, which eventually turned into grass. So it had to have taken a long time for all of this to spread, all things considered. But yeah, he's got himself this little area right here. This is actually a little bit of a storage room. This is actually an automatic storage room that I actually ended up building for him. I think he actually ended up recording this, if I'm not mistaken. If he did, I don't know if it's actually uploaded or not at this point in time. But yeah, he's actually pretty decent in building. He's actually one of the people who has not been uploading by any means, which is definitely a bummer because he's an amazing builder. I will say that much. But yeah, this is the inside of his little house. If we go ahead and come upstairs, he's got himself some armor stands and an enchanting area, and then we can go in here, and he's got himself his bedroom up here. Not too bad, all things considered. So that's his base. He actually does have one other building. Now, this actually was shared by Premic. However, I think Premic spent less time on the realm than he did. So technically, take it how you will. This is more or less Matt's base than Matt and Premic's base. If anyone disagrees, that's perfectly okay. But he's got this automatic crop farm down here, which this I also ended up helping him out with as far as redstone is concerned. I'm not going to touch it, but this lever does activate the entire farm. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Matt's base. So we're going to go ahead and go to the final few places inside of the actual realm itself. Obviously, with my base being one of them, although admittedly, you guys have probably seen my base a number of times. I will say that much. But yeah, it's part of the important part of my time on the realm because that's where I spend the most time. But yeah. Alright, so we're actually heading to Blue Venom's area, which he actually, the last time I was here, I noticed that he actually had several portals. So this is his Sky Zone Woodland Mansion, which I actually didn't know he found a Woodland Mansion, but it's still cool regardless. He's got himself his near dirt hut. I imagine that's probably his starter base. I'm not 100% sure about that. Over here we've got his slime farm, so got a few different places to explore. I'm gonna go to his Sky Zone, and this is the only place I'm gonna be looking at for the sake of this video. Unfortunately, I have other things I'm trying to get done, which is why I can't actually look at absolutely everything. But yeah, this is his Sky Zone. He's got himself, looks like an automatic sorting system, which is not too bad, all things. It looks like he's got himself a little bit of a grassy area in here. Not too bad, I won't lie. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere he has a farming area, I think. Yeah, it looks like this is his farming area. Okay, so yeah, he does have a farming area. I thought so. And as I head back up to the top, I do want to go ahead and show you, as you guys probably expected from the actual title of this place, this is the Sky Zone, and he actually does live up in the sky. If you take a look, yeah, we are legit up in the sky. So yeah, unless you have a decent way of getting up and down, which obviously the nether's the best way to do that, then you're gonna have some issues getting places. But yeah, so there are, I think, only 2 more portals to go ahead and look at, and that's the portal to spawn and then the portal to my base, which obviously, admittedly, you guys are familiar with, but if you're not familiar with, that's part of the reason why I'm saving it for last. I realize it doesn't make a lot of sense, but let's roll with it. So this is spawn. This is actually where we ended up starting off when we started the season off. We started off in this area right here. We did technically do a collab in this section just to start things off. Unfortunately, I did not record that because at the time it was late at night and I was unable to record it, but that's beside the point. But yeah, it's not a bad place, all things considered. This is where we went and did the little treasure hunt thing, which is not too bad. We've got ourselves... I'm not even sure what all these paths leading up to actually are. That's obviously beside the point. We've got ourselves a little map area, which unfortunately did not get finished. And let me go ahead and just stand on this for a few months to get back to daytime. There we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and go back through the portal, and we're going to go to my place. And my place, again, if you guys haven't seen my place before, well, obviously you're going to get to see it right now. So right here is the path to my base, and yeah, again, this is where I spent the majority of my time, and I was planning on doing a bit more with it, but unfortunately that did not end up happening because the realm is coming to an end. So yeah, it says Zero's Ocean Manor, and here's my little banner on the side of my nether portal. Alright, so yeah, so this is my base, and so we've got ourselves this nether portal right here, which I can actually turn on and off, which is not too bad, all things considered. Got ourselves a little bit of a nether wart farm. It's a bit small, I will admit, but I had to make do with the space. But before we go ahead and go over there, let's go ahead and head down. Actually, no, let's go ahead and come over here first. So we've got ourselves our little fireplace, and it's not too bad. All things considered, I got ourselves a couch as well. Got a little enchanting area, and I did add this grindstone just recently because it's part of the 1.11 update. We've also got ourselves over here my bed station, ender chest, loom. I've got my stuff for banners, which I've actually got all of the banner pens, which didn't take too long. I've actually got jukebox right here and music discs. Did not end up finishing the collection. I'm still missing 2 discs. Yeah, I'm missing Mall and Wait. So unfortunately, I did not manage to finish that off, but I got pretty far. And then we've got ourselves our parrot Salt, which we actually ended up finding due to exploiting septic fields. So yeah, we got ourselves our little buddy Salt right here. And if we go ahead and go downstairs, we're gonna find ourselves the main bottom portion of my base. We've got ourselves a tree right here that apparently I was taking out because I was trying to get some bamboo. Got ourselves some sweet berry bushes, some ender chorus plants, and then apparently we had a one of the wandering traders spawning here. I have no idea where he went, but his llamas are still here. And then also we got ourselves a little painting right here. Well, big painting technically. We got ourselves a lectern. Did not get used very much. Some furnaces right here with fuel and food. We got ourselves a brewing station. Back here I've got myself my massive storage area. It's not automatically sorted. I did it all manually, but it worked out really well. And when the series ended up first starting and I built this place, before we actually had the whole nether portal situation, we actually ended up using boats quite a bit, and this is my little boat dock right here. So not too bad, all things considered. And also down there, as you can tell, got a conduit down there. I got that from the treasure hunt. But yeah, this has actually been a pretty decent season, all things considered. Also, we have a coral reef biome right there. We found that right off the start of the series. But yeah, other than that, that's actually where I'm going to be ending off. Oh, never mind. I was about to say I thought that the wandering trader was up at top, but that's just the bamboo growing. That shows how much I pay attention to things. But yeah, other than that, this is actually where I'm going to be ending off this episode. and this season. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you did, make sure that like button. More than make sure that subscribe button for future content. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at AgentCPU0 to stay updated. This has been Zero Stews. Thank you guys for watching, and with that, I'll see you guys later, and I'll see you in yet another World Salt. I imagine we're gonna meet sometime again. Yeah, I know. Goodbye.